Axiom.ai have just released an n8n community node that allow you to automate data entry remotely in a Chrome browser. I'm Alex Barlow, co-founder of Axiom. Let's dive in. On screen, we have the n8n website. Now, if you want to look for the node, you can search Axiom.ai, which is being currently reviewed by n8n and will be available on their site shortly. But you can still install it now, and it's passed the security scans and the code scans. You can just install it by the usual method, cutting and pasting the name, and then you can go to n8n and you can install it via settings, community nodes, and you can just click install. As you can see, I've already got it installed, so I'm not going to do that, but it's a really simple process if you've never done it before. Okay, let's go back to quickly taking you through a workflow to show you just how this works and just how easy it is to set up. So I'm not going to build a whole complicated workflow like some do. I'm just going to show you some demo data. Now I'm just going to look for the n8n custom data training. There we go. So they've got this little custom widget where you can add some data. Now, I'm just going to execute the node, and you'll see it's already pre-generated some data here on the right. So I've got name, etc. So I've got that added, and now I'm going to want to add my Axiom node. So I search for Axiom because I've got it installed. There it is. I just click and add my action. Now, you will need, like any other node, you'll need to set up an API key. I've already got mine set up. I'm not going to show you that process. It's very simple. The operation we're going to do is post data. And now this is part where we need to interact with Axiom itself. And Axiom.ai is the browser automation tool that the data is posted to that allows you to run automations on the Chrome browser remotely. So let's just switch over to Axiom. I'm going to Here we've got a demo page, and this is the web form I want to post data in to automate. Of course, you could do this with any web form behind a login, for example. So I'm going to quickly open up Axiom, create a brand new automation. I'm going to call it demo. I'm going to start adding my first step. I'm going to add a go-to page. There we go. And that basically loads the web page in the remote browser. Next up, I'm going to want to add my steps for automating the form. First of all, we're going to do 2 enter text steps. I'm going to hold down Shift and click on that twice to add 2 of those steps. Then we've got a select list, so I search for select list. I'm just going to add 1 step there. And I can see we've got behind the screen a couple of radio buttons, so we're going to click on one of those. And we use a click element to do that, and a click element to submit. So again, I'm going to hold down Shift, click twice to add 2 of those. Now I've got my steps added, I'm going to want to set them up. That's a very simple process. I just select, press complete, select, press complete. Now, you can see we've still got this warning. We need to add the text, and we're going to pass that in from n8n. So what we need to do is use the receive data from another app. And this is basically where, when the API post request is sent, it's received by this step. And this will also provide your API key, which I'll change because obviously you shouldn't make your API key public at any times. And that's all set up. And now I need to just go into the text steps, and now I want to pass that data from n8n. There is no preview. What I need to do is select the right column of data. All data passed from n8n to Axiom will be in a 2D array, basically columns and rows. So I want to select column A for the first enter text step, and column B for that step. Now, I'm not passing any demo data for the select list, so I'm just going to dummy that one up and add the text myself. Again, I'm just going to click select. But of course you can unpass data. I just haven't got that set up in n8n. for the select list, you can pass a variable and click. Okay, so that's the bot setup that would open up the Chrome browser and do the web actions, or submit the form, etc. Now, what I need to do is just quickly jump back into n8n, into the Axiom step, and I need to give it the Axiom name. As you saw, I typed in, it was a demo. Now, I'm not going to use the manual JSON. I'm going to use the form input items for this demo. And in the first column, I want to pass in name. So I'm going to type name, separated by a comma, and then I'm going to do email. So it should pass those values in. Now, that's it. We're all ready to do this test and show how data can be passed from n8n into a remote browser where we can run the automation. But quickly before we do that, the bot would run too quickly and be gone in a flash. So what I want to do is just pause it here quickly. So when it loads up, we can see the demo. So I'm going to add a wait step. Obviously in production, we wouldn't need these. Just going to add 2 seconds and a wait just to keep the bot open at the end. Okay, and FYI, you can set up loops. So if you want to do multiple rows, that's pretty simple. We would just essentially like select these steps, and then we would wrap a loop set around them. Pretty simple, but for the purpose of this demo, we'll just do a single entry. So that's everything set up. I click save. And what we're going to do is now jump back into n8n. We're almost done with the video. We're going to click execute step. Axiom, if there isn't an error, we'll return a VNC link where we can watch the automation. So it's executing node. We can see here's the VNC link. I'm just going to open up a new tab. We'll see this, hopefully see the demo form open, and we'll see the data be entered. There it is. And this is how you pass data from n8n and run it remotely and do some data entry in a Chrome browser. Any second now. I did add that wait, so that might be a little bit too long. There we go. There's the data entering. And that's the demo done. Awesome. Thank you for watching.